Okay, so we're inside the plant factory right now. Let's see what we can do with those alpha maps we created previously. We could apply them to the trunk, but here's a problem. If we use a trunk segment, so let's go right here, connecting to this trunk segment. We can go inside and add some blades, maybe take radius all the way to 0, remove root flares, but we still end up with more polygons that we wanted. We needed actually. We don't need that many. We can even hide all the way the middle part, but it's still too much of the data passing that we don't necessarily need it. What we want to do, let's actually use a billboard leaf. So right here, we'll go connect this billboard leaf. Well, notice it's kind of hiding on the middle, and the reason why we need to set our anchor point to bottom middle, so kind of bring back up. Nice things about using a billboard, you can see right here we can rotate, and it's always will face it, so we don't see sides. It's a look-alike, and when we start populating, it will look like a bunch of trees. Okay, so right here we have a billboard. We need preloaded our images that we created. If you already save them as materials, you can just click and load materials, or we can right click or double time click and edit material. Let's go to the basic material editor. Let's make it a little bit easy in this case, and I want just preloaded right here, use it map. So we'll go open, click to browse our location. We'll select tree 1, click OK. Notice it's tell me it is a sequence because I named them 1, 2, 3. It's meaning you can actually pre-animate and preload it that sequence if you need it, but in this case I don't want it, so I click no. But it says me also next, it says alpha information. Would you like to use this material? Yes, I want to use it alpha material for this. Notice as it preloaded, it's a compressing a little bit, so some resolution will be lower, but however, don't worry about this. When we start with using LOD, it will adjust properly for us. So right here we have it our plant. Let's click OK for the material and go to the transform, and for now we'll go in a scale and just increase scale for the plant so we can preview a little bit better. Okay, now what I want to do is create a variations of this plant, and we have 5 of them, so I want them loaded randomly based on population. To do this, it's help us actually if we go inside the miscellaneous, and right here you'll notice we have it random children. So let's select this one. This is allowed us by generating inner root setup. Right here we'll generate a random number when we're creating, and based on this we'll select the child that we assign. So let's go to delete here. We'll select to our random child, and now we can select from this to billboard. Okay, but we have 5 different, so we'll highlight, Control Command C, copy, and we'll just paste it 5 times. 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5 different ones. Let's expand and look. They all located to 1 children. So I don't want it. I want them actually reconnect to all new children's. Okay, and we'll just be sure delete all of these connections. So right here, each input output on our random connected to each individual billboard. So the next step for us, it is modify some of those materials, and the same things, we'll just double time click, preload it, and we can go ahead, we'll select 1, now we'll select 2. Same things, we don't want it, we want preserve it. Okay, let's go OK, go next, we'll go to leave, open for editing, preloading new one, preload number 3. Okay, take a second. Okay, now we'll go open another one. So we'll do like 5 times, and if you want you can create a multiple more than 5 times. Again, I think for the purpose of this tutorial that will work just well. Okay, and just let's do one more. We'll go click right there, create new, and we'll upload it number 5. Notice on the last, because it's a sequence edit, it did not ask us for sequence. Be sure you kind of watch, you don't click no, because we do want to use the alpha. Okay, so right here we have it alpha, and you notice that kind of mix around. We want to go inside the children, and right here we want to say once per plant. Okay, so it's all what we want to use, one of these instances per plant. Okay, let's go inside the root, setup, and we can click on the random. And you can see as a random seed modified, it does create all these different variations for us. Okay, and it's going through all of these 5 billboards we loaded. So next, what we need to do, we want to save this plant. We can add more different like color variations, highlights and lighting. We can add all of these different properties. But again, this is kind of like a concept tutorial. See what we can do with this. So on this point, we can go and export this plant as a species so we can use it inside the view. Some of this functionality you must have the producer version to do so you can save as a plant, but also if personal, you can still use it for your own use. Okay, so one more thing to do before we actually save it. We need to go inside the transform, and we want to disable wind for this because we don't want this kind of bend and effect based on a wind inside. So we'll need to go to do this for all of these objects. So we need to go inside every one of them and be sure you disable wind for every leaf, so it's no affecting just plain one. After this, we can go inside the file, export to view, export as a species, and we'll just take this one that I already created and override it. So we'll notice right here it will render, and there's our pre-rendered tree with the lighting. So let's click OK. And next, let's go inside the view and see what result we're getting.